Hey, it's Josh Wymore coming to you with a spark today. A small but powerful idea to ignite your life and your leadership. Today's idea is for my friends who are feeling a little bit overwhelmed by all they have to accomplish. Maybe you're feeling strapped for resources and time and you don't know how in the world you're going to accomplish the stuff you used to be able to do just because you don't have the capacity you used to have. Well, my spark for you today is redefine success in terms of real world resources. Now, I learned this lesson my first year of grad school. I was working a job I loved, and I was pouring myself into it. I was only supposed to spend 15 hours a week on it, but I was putting in more like 40 or 45 a week. And no surprise, at the end of the semester, I was burned out because I frankly didn't have time to devote that much time to it. And as I was alternating between feeling like, arrogant and proud because I had put so much time into it, but also resentful that I feel like I was taken advantage of in my job, even though I was the one making the decisions with my time. And this idea came to me as I was, trying to cross that finish line into the next semester and thinking, okay, how can I do a better job next semester? And what I did is redefine success in terms of real world resources. The problem had been I had been defining success by what I thought the ideal person would do in this job, right? If you had 50 hours a week, what would you do with this kind of job? So many things. And that's what I was trying to do. And so I felt, arrogant that I was doing so much more than 15, but I also felt resentful because I felt taken advantage of, and I wasn't living up to this ideal standard. I didn't have it in me. But instead, when I redefined success in terms of those real world resources, I asked myself, what would the world's best employee do with 15 hours a week in this job? Okay, it can't be everything I was doing with 45, but what are the most big impact priorities? If my boss was doing this job, or a superstar came in, or even just the best version of me was doing this job, what would they do with that time? When I did that, a couple things happened. First is I stopped trying to do too much. I really narrowed in on the biggest high impact things. I got more focused and more effective with my time. And secondly, I stopped bouncing between those two different emotional extremes. I stopped feeling resentful because I was just doing my job. And I stopped feeling arrogant because I still had a high standard to achieve in that 15 hours, a really ambitious standard. That really centered me and helped me be more effective. So here's how you can take action on this idea today. First, examine the areas of life where you are maybe not aligned with the real world resources, where maybe your job now is a 40-hour week job, but you've only got 35 or 30 because your childcare situation has changed. You're working from home or whatever. So stop holding yourself to that 40-hour week standard and ask yourself, if I only had 35 hours a week, what can I do at that time? And then start making a plan for how you can use that time really effectively. Paint the picture of what success looks like. Really great success in that job, even in light of those new resources, the less time, the smaller budget, whatever it is. As you do those things, as you realign to those real world resources, again, I think you'll find that you'll have less resentment, that you can't accomplish what you want to accomplish, and less arrogance to feel like you're doing more than is being asked of you. Instead, you'll have a standard to really hold yourself accountable to, and that will drive greater success for you overall.